Hello there. I want to welcome you to Making Money Made Simple. And I wanted to get on tonight. I put up a post just a few minutes ago, and it is talking about the platforms to use in order to promote your digital products. And we have been going over for the past few weeks how to create your digital products. And with creating your products, I have told you, I've shared information with you about using all free platforms, all free, oh my goodness, Canva, Gumroad, Chat GPT, using all free systems. I can't even think of what I'm talking about, but using all free tools. That gets it right there. Using all free tools in order to create your digital product. If you want to just see if you can be successful in this business, I just jump right in. I've told you with your digital products, all you need are your skills, experience, and your knowledge, and know just a little bit more than a person looking for an answer to their problem. So you're providing that solution. The way you provide that solution is based upon your skills, your experience, and your knowledge. And I'm not talking about what you've been trained for. I'm talking about your lived experiences. As far as I'm concerned, what sticks with me most are my lived experiences. I can remember what I read in a book. I can remember information that was downloaded into me from however I absorbed that information or attained that information. But there is nothing like that personal lived experience to really make something stick, because 9 times out of 10, when we run into any problems or issues or circumstances, we're going to work our way through. So it sticks with you because you don't want to repeat whatever you just came out of. I know that's how it is for me. If I learn a lesson, I try to always hold on to that. And if I get in a possible situation that's similar, even being similar to something I've already dealt with and I've overcome or I've conquered, you best believe my recall is going to push me away from whatever it is I'm facing. So, your experience, your skill, and your knowledge, whether you got that from a book, whether you got that from work experienced or your lived experience. Those are the things that you can create a digital product from. And the platforms I've advised you can use for free to create your products. Canva. Yes, Canva does have paid services, but they also have some exceptional free services. My first few digital products, every digital product I have was created on, that's not true. My digital products were created on Canva, Google Drive, or Google Docs, or Notion. All three of those platforms are free. Now, you do pay if you want to get other aspects of Google, you can pay for that. But as far as the free platforms you can use, that is software or platforms that are available: Canva, Google Docs, Notions. You can create some unbelievable options, some unbelievable templates, unbelievable ebooks, unbelievable, like I said, templates. So, budget templates, whatever it is you're looking to create, you can do all of that for free. And then I said, in order to house all of your digital products, you can do that in System IO. You can also create your personal website in System IO. All of that can be done for free. Now, where the costs come in is 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 if you select your domain without the System IO extension. If you want a domain to fully represent you as you build your brand, because that's also part of what we're now doing, you are becoming a business owner in every aspect of what you get into when you start creating digital products. That's your own business. You're not doing it for somebody else. You're not doing it to piggyback on something someone else has established. You are now a business owner, an official business owner, building your brand. Build your brand for free. That just takes you getting on some platform and constantly being in the face and the minds and the ears and the eyes of your potential customer. you consistently show up on a daily basis. Show your people and whatever platform you use and the algorithms in that platform that you're not a fly by night, that you are serious about what it is you're intending to do, serious about those you intend to reach. So you have to get in the habit of showing up on a daily basis. If you are building channels, brand new channels, this was a brand new channel as far as digital marketing. A brand new channel. I had all kind of things on there. I actually created my YouTube channel just to be on YouTube when I was looking for how to information, how to do projects around the house. So I don't remember, I think it was 2018 when I created this channel. I did not create this channel for a business until last September. I just used what I had. I was comfortable with this channel. I had a few followers, but I had very few followers. But teeny tiny small channel, but I still wanted to build this channel because I was comfortable here. YouTube is a free platform. I could build my business without being a paid member of YouTube, but because I want to take advantage of the services that YouTube offers, I chose to be a premium member. Those services and those options are very valuable, so worth what I pay each month to be a premium member. But understand, for 4 years, I no, oh my gosh, 6 years, I actually I was on YouTube totally free. Um, and in addition, in this space, we're now talking about, I'm sorry for the distraction. I got a message from my daughter. We are talking about how you can build your business for free. Building your business, seeing if this is something that is fitting for you, if you see yourself in this space. Bottom line is, we all need to generate an additional income stream so we're not paycheck dependent. I explained last night when I use the term paycheck dependent or paycheck dependency, I am not at all saying you should quit your job. You should solely rely on the sweat of your brow to make your money, to build your fortune, to build your empire, to build your financial security and stability. That's not what I'm saying at all. What I am saying is, don't solely rely on the income you generate working for someone else, because at any given moment, the person who controls your job also controls your income coming in. They control the foundation, the financial foundation of your household, your entire household. I know if I didn't have a job, if I didn't have money coming in, we certainly wouldn't be in this house, because my children cannot make this mortgage and do what they have to do. I couldn't take care of my other bills without having a job and generating income on a daily basis. Now, again, when I retire in 2.5 years, this business will actually be my main source of income. And I know, I have no doubt whatsoever that I will solely replace and exceed the income that I'm making now. I've already seen proof that I can work this business because I've already generated income just halfway showing up, generated income, not really following the step by step blueprint that we are given, that tells us what to do, how to do it, and when to do it on a daily basis. Working my 2 hours every single day, dedicating a 2 hour in 2 hours into this business, and that 2 hours can be done in pockets throughout my day. I can wake up in 30 minutes before I start getting ready for my 9 to 5. I get up 30 minutes early. I can use those 30 minutes to actually start building this business. It's just that simple. And when I go to lunch on my 9 to 5, I can take another 30 minutes, or I can use my entire hour creating content, putting it in, scheduling it so it can be released when. So my 4 pieces of content, I am building my channel. So I'm committed to doing, as of October 28th this year, when I had my big revelation that came to me about this business. I am committed to doing 4 pieces of content every single day. I am now getting on track to go live every single day. Yesterday I went live twice, and it felt great, because if something hits me, I want to share it with this audience, those I'm trying to reach. I certainly want to share with you whatever it is I've absorbed, whatever someone has poured into me. I want to share it with you. And that is the very reason my content today, the last piece of my content today, focused on the four platforms to use when you're ready to promote your digital products. So that's what we're going to go over. And I took my own notes from what was poured into me, and I want to share that with you. But again, before I go there, and I actually read, so forgive me for reading, but I don't want to miss a thing because I put this in my own words. I took it so I could absorb it, and it wouldn't be confusing to me because I still consider myself a brand newbie. I'm not going to even say a newbie. That I'm a brand newbie because I'm learning to be a content creator. That is how I'm promoting my business. That is how I am advertising my business. That is how I am marketing my business. I'm still learning. And as I stated, I only bought in 100% this October. That is a year and 3 weeks following the time I actually launched my business, because I launched my business last October 3rd. I shut down in February and did not come back into this business until July, like mid July. I shut down because I burnt myself out. I was doing way too much. I was not following that step by step blueprint, doing way too much. Now, financially, I benefited from doing way too much, but mentally and emotionally, and quite candidly, physically, it knocked me out. It knocked me out of the park. It completely wore me out. And I was warned by my cousin, don't do this. I know where this is going to lead. And I'm thinking, I'm Superwoman. I love this so much. This is a part of me. Oh, my DNA is all etched into digital marketing. Yeah, no, it was way too much. The way I approached a 30-day period, made a great deal of money. I did, but it was way too much. I was not prepared for the load. And like I said, I quit. So getting back in July, it was October 28th of this year that that light, the light bulb, all of the angels singing, the harp being played, all of that, it hit me, and it hit like a ton of bricks, and my vision was extremely clear. I had a different appreciation for this business because, as I said, 2.5 years from now, June 2028, I will retire. In October of this year, the vision just expanded. And not only did it expand for what I believe I can do, what I know 100% I can do with this business, I also am determined to retire my girls. When I come out of working for someone else, my children will as well, because they have dreams of being their own business owners. They already know what they want to do. I'm talking line by line. They know exactly what they want to do. And it warms my heart to see how they want to give to the community and how they want to make a difference in this world. So you best believe I'm going to, that is my dream. That is my goal. Not only to supplement my income, but to replace their income, to give them time to build income and generate income with their new business. So mama's paying all bills. They got 365 days. I'm listen, 365 until they start comfortably generating funds for their own business. Then they got it. But I will retire them in June of 2028. Now, back to I just went all off script. Okay, so back to my purpose for tonight. And my purpose for tonight is sharing with you how to determine which platform will fit you. Where do you find your audience? How do you determine what's the best fit for you? Where are you comfortable? Where are you most committed to showing up? I knew I needed to switch from TikTok to YouTube because I literally go on YouTube every single day. And that's been since 2021. Going on YouTube every day, like religiously going on YouTube. As I stated, this channel started in 2018, but I'm on YouTube learning how to do projects around the house. When we went out for the pandemic, I literally lived on YouTube because there was so much, since I couldn't get that outside engagement with the public. YouTube became my extended family because, we were here in the house, the three of us here in this house. But then I just needed additional engagement when I was not working, and YouTube just gave me life. So it is very important to know where you fit. Where are you comfortable? And wherever it is you're comfortable, I've never been comfortable on TikTok. I'm going to get back on TikTok once I get extremely comfortable here. And I'm very comfortable here now, but I just want to give my time to massaging and nurturing this channel more before I branch out on another platform. And YouTube is it for me because it's given me so much. So this is where I'm comfortable. YouTube is home for me. So getting back to choosing your right platform. So, if you're building digital income, the platform you choose matters. We've talked about digital products and how they are one of the easiest and fastest ways to add another income stream. For one, you're providing information that will move people from where they are to where they want to be, wherever that is. If they've just jumped into a new situation, I always go back to caregiving. If they have now realized they've got to shift from being son and daughter to being son and daughter caregiver, that's a brand new space. And emotionally you have to get past that barrier of realizing, oh my goodness, this is where we are. Mama and daddy aren't the same mama and daddy that I've always known, that I've known all my life. They now, roles are kind of reversing. Instead of them always taking care of me, I'm going to now have to start taking care of them. What does this look like? How can I navigate something I never even considered before? Even though my grandfather was getting older, I never considered he would not always be daddy, which is foolish. That's a fairy tale. He was getting older. In his late 80s, he wasn't the same one person he was in his early 80s. So it's the circle of life, and we all are going to go there. So I have developed a caregiver's package based upon what my mom and my aunt and me created, or what we used when we were caring for daddy. My mom had a yellow notebook, and she meticulously, this is a teacher for 37 years, she meticulously took notes. I don't care if he had a visit from somebody, if we had to take him to an appointment, if he had a particular behavior that was different from 1 hour to the next, she took those notes. What I did, I put those notes in my iPhone, and that was my best way to communicate with his doctors, to communicate with the pharmacy, to communicate with everyone concerning daddy's care. I made sure I stayed up on it. But I went downstairs one day and I found my mom's notebook. And I thought, oh my goodness, if we knew then what we know now, that entire journey would have been so much better. I'm not saying it would have been easier, but I truly believe we could have cared for daddy even better had we been skilled or knowledgeable about what we could potentially face. And everybody's situation is different. Caregiving for even the different individuals within the same family is different. But at least when it got to the point of us being caregivers for mama, we had so much that we remembered from dealing with daddy. We went in there equipped. So that's the thing. When you create a digital product, just know that you're equipping someone to deal with something that they've never dealt with before, or perhaps they have and they failed in a particular area. Well, now you're giving them information based upon your experience, your skill, and your knowledge. You're giving them information to consider or prepare differently. So this time, when they are challenged by these situations, they go in better prepared. They know a little bit more this time than they did last time because they have your resource to guide them in that. Um, for one, you're providing information that will move people from where they are to where they want to be. Here, we're talking about choosing a platform to promote your products. Remember, all social media platforms can be accessed and used for free. Build your digital business without paying for ads. I have heard of so many content creators that actually buy ads to build their business, and that's great. That's all well and good. Even if they're just starting out, they will purchase ads in order to promote. That's because just starting out, they're not accustomed or equipped to do social media the right way. I wouldn't have been had I not become a part of the digital growth community. Had I not learned those skills when I joined this community, I wouldn't know anything about promoting the right way using social media. That's just not something you're born with. That's not something you necessarily pick up if you're not in the game. So being a part of that community, that was part of our skill building. So I learned how to use social media the right way. I completely learned how to do copy and paste free classified ads without paying. Free classified ads. So I can promote my business using different avenues without paying a dime. Using social media the right way. Every audience lives somewhere different, and every platform has a strength that can carry your message further. Start where you feel the most comfortable and the most confident. Master one lane at a time, meaning one platform at a time, and let your digital products go to work for you worldwide. So that is one of the most beautiful and amazing things about digital products. When you are selling digital products, your audience is a worldwide audience. You do not have to pay for anything extra. This is not MLM. You do not have to pay for inventory in order to make money off of your inventory. This is not network marketing. You do not have to pay for inventory in order to make money off of your inventory. You create a digital product, you upload it to your store, you promote your digital product. All of this you're doing for free. Then you begin to sell your digital product. You create it one time and it makes money for you over and over again. And you have a worldwide audience. So wherever you're located, wherever you're physically located, understand that you're not relegated to that area. So your city, your town, your state, your country, you now have an audience that can see you anywhere. Let me read this stat. um, I asked how many people today, right now, are on social media. It just says, as of the most current thing I could find, as of late 2025, over 5.6 billion people actively use social media globally. There's your worldwide audience, representing nearly 70% of the world's population. I did not say 50, I did not say 60. I said representing these 5.6 billion people currently using social media as of late 2025, nearly 70% of the world's population, with numbers continuously growing, especially in developing regions as platforms become more entrenched in daily lives and commerce. Total users, to be accurate, um, well, as accurate as possible, around 5.66 to 5.68 billion people on social media. I just gave you platforms. So, oh no, we've not gone over that yet. I'm so sorry. But on those platforms, 5.66 to 5.68 billion people, those are eyeballs and ears and minds, seeing, hearing, and absorbing whatever it is you're putting out there on social media to promote your products. Um, so it is actually with those numbers, the 5.66 to 5.68 billion, it is approximately, for global penetration, 68.7% of the world's population. You're not limited. That literally is an unlimited reach. I've shared before, 11 days after launching my program, not joining DGC, 11 days after launching my business, my first customer in 11 days was from the Netherlands. I purchased my program for $900 before my, and I used a payment plan. Before my second payment was due, I was already in profit mode because I got that $900 as soon as they purchased. I got that $900 in my payment gateway immediately. I got my notification immediately. So before my next payment was due, I already had my money for that sale. And before I finished paying for that payment, I then had a $300 sale. So literally $1,200 before my program was paid off. And that was me starting brand new. Now, when I did start, I was going by that step-by-step blueprint because I needed something to hold my hand as I started. So I was reading everything, I was showing up for every training, and then going back and going through our content vault, going through the recorded trainings on my own time whenever I decided to. Y'all ain't got no social life. So I was able to spend time just pouring into myself, trying to absorb as much knowledge as I possibly could. I didn't know what digital marketing was when I joined. I'd never even heard of digital marketing. I wondered if it was connected to the ads for digital billboards. I was literally oblivious to digital marketing. And what digital marketing is promoting whatever your product, your good, or service on the World Wide Web. That's it. And I mentioned yesterday during one of my lives that let's consider when you, excuse me, when you receive sales circulars. I have signed up for a lot of stores I frequent and to get their sales circulars. And I don't get the newspaper anymore. So the sales circulars used to come in the newspapers. I don't do that. So I get all of my circulars, all of my promotions, anything that's going from or coming from places where I regularly shop. If I'm a patron, their communication with me is digitally. I know that was digital marketing. I had no idea. Like I said, I had never even heard of it. So I did not connect those dots. But as a brand new person in this business, 11 days after launching my business that I was learning about, I was being nurtured in our community, showing up for trainings, going back and reviewing past trainings so I could get more of an idea of what I had jumped into enthusiastically. Because as soon as I saw a few minutes of a free webinar, speaking of that, we've got a free webinar tomorrow. I've got to do a post about that and let people know we've got a free webinar doing a deep dive into what this is. Do a post about that in a minute. But letting you know that as a brand new person, and I didn't have a following. Some people come into this business with a following because they've been in network marketing for years, they've been in MLM for years, they were already selling products, they already had a customer base because they have been in that business for years. One of my cousins, I love her so much. She has been. I know I'm 59, so she has been in in network marketing, in MLM, in that space for, I can surely say, for 40 years. I'm sure it's been 40 years. And she works magic. She is the one who introduced me to this program. So if she were to build more customers, she's got a list of people to choose from those she's dealt with before. That's how she got me in here. I was one of the customers she's had from one of the businesses she's sold in before. Other people who got in this business with her, we came because we were previous customers. She shared this opportunity with us. And we also worked with her at Tava Lifestyle. That was an MLM, and I cannot do MLM because I don't want to have an upline or a downline. And the most important aspect of doing MLM for me, I don't want to have to invest in the business in order to get, or invest in products in order to get money. I don't want to have to buy and have an inventory. With digital products, there is no inventory. I don't invest in anything. Now, I invest in myself and to grow my business. Yes, I do. But that's by choice. I don't ever, once I buy my initial program and I have my initial investments, I never have to spend a dime. I do not have to spend one dime, one penny, well, pennies about to be out of circulation. Well, they're already out of circulation, but I don't have to invest anything else in order to generate income, not another cent. So, getting back to using the platforms the right way, I want to just share with you. let's go over the platforms that I mentioned, and there were four. So, and again, you know where you feel most confident and most comfortable. TikTok, TikTok is fun. TikTok is fun for me to explore and to connect with people, but I love to talk. People on TikTok, they're quick. They want it quickly. They want to, if you got something to say it and then get on. I'm a Southern girl. It's hard for me to do that. So while I love TikTok, I literally love TikTok. I don't feel comfortable there because it's too fast for me. It's way too fast for me. So Instagram, I do have an Instagram account, but for Instagram, it is high for visual branding. You do well with reels and stories to build your business. And you also have the connection to your audience and your potential audience through DMs. If you're someone who loves to communicate via DMs, Instagram is an exceptional platform for you. If you like building and reaching people using reels and stories, Instagram is great for you. With TikTok, fast reach, trending sounds, and it's great for beginners. TikTok isn't hard to figure out. You really don't have to wonder, oh my goodness, where do I fit in? Because it is so fast, because it is so consumable. You can just jump in there. Once you create your account, you look at a few ways that people are doing it and navigating that space, and you just follow suit or literally get in there, but be yourself. Always be authentically you. Don't copy anybody else. Don't say, oh, it's working for them and they're doing this. That's not you. That's not your personality. That's not even your sound. So stay away from copying what someone else is doing. People will be able to see through it. I People will be able to see through. I use my hands a lot. I've been using my hands probably since I probably came out the womb using my hands. That's just the way I talk. That's another way I communicate. But I don't need to say, oh my goodness, they're doing so well and they're not using their hands. I would probably suffocate if I could not use my hands because that's part of who I am. So I'm showing up authentically me. If that bothers y'all, I do apologize, but I have to be me and headache trying to be somebody else. Okay, Facebook. Facebook is great for personal storytelling and groups. So if you're wanting to build a group and you want to nurture and grab your audience and take them just from whatever you post, take them to another space, you're building your group. But be warned, our founder and mentor had her Facebook group hacked. She's never or had her account hacked. So that group she was building left with whomever hacked her account. So she is not big on groups anywhere other than school. I mentioned school yesterday. Now school you do pay. That's not free. But if you're focusing on building community, if that's what you want to do, you can use Zoom possibly to build your community. Reach out to your people, although you don't have any promotional aspects. You can tell people this is what I'm doing, and when you create your content, you can say this is where what I'm doing. This is where you can find me. Let's all get together and just build a community via Zoom. You can do it there. Um, but let's go to the next one. YouTube. With YouTube, YouTube is a learning platform. People come here to find out how to do this, how to get here, how to change that. So, YouTube is more of a teaching platform. You can build your audience when you're helping people get from where they are to where they want to be. Whatever it is they're trying to figure out, YouTube is great for this long content, long version content. Now people love shorts. I love shorts, but when I want to get on and I want to share and I want to take my time, then I can go live, and or you can go live on all of the platforms. But if I want my videos to be a little longer and I still want to reach people and I want traction and I want to get the word out about who I am and what I'm doing, I create my video. If I want to actually extend it more, I go live and take it to the next level. But just understand right here is where you're going to advance with your YouTube shorts. And then as far as I'm concerned, being able to build your audience, yes. But the best thing about YouTube is you have evergreen content, meaning a video you created from 2002 can still serve and benefit to this day. Whatever you were doing in 2002, however you were showing up in 2002, somebody can still see that video. That video did not expire, not at all. That video doesn't have limits on it. So if somebody can go back and get a video from 2002 and it serves someone today in 2025, that's evergreen content. It's not going to be changed, it's not going to be removed. People can still use and benefit from whatever that content is you created 23 years ago. That's another beauty of YouTube. It is for long-term growth. Long-term growth. When you decide where you fit, what fits you best, where are you most confident, where are you most comfortable, do your self reflection. Be true to yourself, be authentically you. In your self reflection, review and be truthful about which platform do I feel most comfortable posting on. Some people will say they have, now I have a much, much, much larger following on Facebook than I have here. But I don't want to feel, I know a lot of these people personally. I only opened it up to be a public account when I started this business. But personally, I know these people, and I'm like, I don't want to feel like I'm intruding or getting on their nerves. People here, this has organically grown on YouTube. So people who subscribe, they want to hear what I'm sharing. They want to, they're benefiting from this content. People in YouTube, and I created a second page. I probably had twice as many, if not three times as many followers on my personal Facebook. When I created my second Facebook, people recognized I had another Facebook, so they started sending me requests. But I had already started promoting on my personal page, so I'm like, okay, y'all know what I do. So I'm assuming you won't be bothered if I'm popping up all the time because I've created content relative to my business. So I'm like, okay, I'm going to go with this. But with Facebook, again, I feel more comfortable on YouTube. So, which platform do you feel most comfortable posting on? Just because of my friends, and some of them are family. I didn't want to feel intrusive. I didn't want to feel like I was posting something that was getting on their nerves. So, Facebook was not comfortable for me because I was defeating my own self thinking how intrusive I was going to be for people who probably didn't want to see it. So that did not work for me. Where is my ideal customer most active? Well, here I'm all about lifestyle transformation. Here I'm all about eliminating debt, generating multiple streams of income, generating income you control, ending paycheck dependency. I'm all about that. So I see how many people search for those type of issues, those type of subjects, those types of concerns. I can visually see how many are searching for things in that arena on YouTube. So again, it makes sense why I feel so comfortable here, why I feel most confident here. This is home for me. Okay, which platform fits my style best in talking, writing, short videos? Ding, 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 YouTube. For me, again, no contest. It is YouTube. Which, the most important aspect, which one am I most likely to stay consistent with? Again, going back to me, I watch YouTube every day. In the morning, after I watch a little bit of Morning Joe, I then catch up on YouTube. When I'm at work, I'm listening to Sirius, but then I can start listening to YouTube. When I get home, I turn on my TV, a little bit more of my news shows, and then I go straight to YouTube. So there is not a day that I'm not on YouTube. So where will I show up most consistently? On the platform I'm on all the time. Literally all the time. So it is literally a no-brainer for me. YouTube is where I feel like I can benefit me most, and by benefiting me most, it's going to benefit my audience most because I am going to be comfortable, because I am going to show up every single day. I'm going to be consistent, and I'm sharing and bringing hopefully knowledge that is something you can use and something that will benefit you. So, the purpose of this live was to just speak a little bit on which platforms to promote your products on and how to determine where you fit best. So that wraps up this evening, y'all. Thank you so much for joining me. For those who will watch this later, thank you for lending me your ears and your eyes and your mind. I do appreciate every one of you. I appreciate my YouTube family. I hope I have shared something that will be beneficial to you, that I have actually been able to serve you so that you can make a difference in your life and that you can end your dependency on paychecks by generating income you control. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much. Go with God. Let him lead, teach, guide, and keep you in Jesus' name. Y'all have a blessed evening. I appreciate you so much. Bye.